First story is titled, Am I the a-hole for telling my family they have no right to be upset that I ignore my culture because they alienated me? I, 33 female, am half Native American and Irish. I am literally half of each. My paternal grandparents were Irish immigrants. My mother is reservation-born, with family still on the reservation that she is close to. I am almost a clone of my late paternal grandmother. It's shocking how similar we look. The only difference is that my hair is dark brown, while hers was a blonde. I grew up kind of the black sheep of the family. They didn't like my dad, and it felt like they kind of took it out on me. My maternal grandmother made it a tradition to gift each girl in the family a set of hand-beaded moccasins for their 16th birthday. I was excluded until my mom brought it up, and my grandmother gave me a pair 6 months later. My aunt taught all of the girls how to dance. I was excluded. The only thing I wasn't excluded on was learning how to drum. My paternal grandmother lived with us, and she knew they treated me differently. She made it a point to teach me the folklore, her recipes, and all about our family. My sense of taste and decor is also very Irish. I moved far away from everyone after college, and I really haven't looked back. One of the only family members I am still close to was attending a work thing for a few weeks last year. I brought up that they could stay at my place, since I was closer than the hotel to where they were going, than the hotel his work offered to put him up in, and it was on my way to work with an almost identical schedule. They took me up on it. When my cousin arrived, he was absolutely shocked that my house looked so Irish, and that there was no trace of my native heritage. He accused me of assimilating into white culture. I pointed out everything he already knew, that I was purposely left out of traditions and family events because I either look white or they hated my dad. So why would I identify with a culture that rejected me first? He told me that I should have tried harder to embrace my culture and show them that I wanted to be part of their traditions instead of just flat out dropping them altogether. I told them that I shouldn't have had to try to be included by my family as a child. I should have just been accepted as family. In the end, we agreed to disagree, until I noticed that he took my drum. I had it in the guest room closet because I had no room for it in my bedroom closet and didn't want it to get damaged by my a-hole cats. I ended up calling him demanding the drum back, and he refused. My drum was returned to me after my uncle who gifted it to me took it and mailed it back. It ended up escalating, so now my whole family is involved in calling me the a-hole. Edit. It's actually literal pictures of Ireland that I took with my professional cameras from my vacations there with my paternal grandmother. I'm not talking small prints. I am talking very large professional prints of the landscapes. I took so many pictures because I loved it so much that there are literally pictures of the landscapes, both rural and urban, in every room. In my den and my bar, it has a lot of Guinness things. My husband even got me a Guinness tap. I also have a lot of my grandmother's hand-embroidered things that are Celtic embroidery, or are very reminiscent of such. She made money selling things like it here, and did them herself. Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. Your family sounds very toxic. I shouldn't have had to try to be included by my family as a child. I should have just been accepted as family. I completely agree with this. And this guy stole your drum and refused to give it back. You should have asked him if stealing is also included in their culture. It's just so ironic it hurts. You should have tried harder to fit in. Steal's the only piece of her native heritage she has. Feels like there is some insular thinking going on here. Like, if you want to be native, you need to go 200% and really want it. Gatekeeping heritage. Not the a-hole at all. I am also a mixed-race person, and the only side of the family that wanted me was also the white side. If someone doesn't want you for your skin color, that's on them and their prejudices, not you. Also, your cousin is a tremendous douche and a petty thief for stealing your drum. I wouldn't blame you if you went no contact with that side of the family. I'd encourage Opie to tell them to bug off. Not the a-hole at all. It makes sense you'd identify closer with your Irish heritage. People can be closer to one side of their family without different heritages. It's usually down to how welcome and loved you feel. Your cousin is a big a-hole though, for how they spoke to you and for stealing from you. Without an apology and explanation from them, you'd be well within your rights to never speak to them again. Now for the next story. Am I the a-hole for threatening to kick my brother out for trying to undo my service dog's training and telling me I don't need one? My brother Jack, 25, recently lost his job. Our parents do not have any space for him at their home, so he moved in with me, 23 male by the way. I have a service dog, Ripley. He is a 6-year-old Saint Bernard and an absolute gentle giant. I suffer from some pretty severe agoraphobia and anxiety, prone to panic attacks when I leave the house. Ripley is a godsend and has been helping me get my life back together. Jack doesn't really like that I have a service dog though. He doesn't believe that mental health issues are a big deal and that I just need to get over it. Which, let's be real, is a lot easier said than done. We've never been particularly close, and he has often accused me of being an attention seeker. Due to the fact that Ripley is a service dog, it is very important that I keep on top of his training, and I have a strict routine that both Ripley and I follow. However, around 3 or 4 weeks ago, I woke up to Ripley growling. Upon further inspection, I saw Jack holding a lead and trying to pull Ripley out of my bedroom. I intervened and Ripley ran to my side. Jack told me he just wanted to save me the trouble of walking Ripley and had taken it upon himself to do it instead. I explained to him that this is not appropriate and that I am the one who walks Ripley. He seemed to accept this at first. But over the past couple of weeks, he's been going out of his way to go against my wishes. He tries to feed Ripley at different times, tries to give him food off his plate, will try to pet him when we're out in public, when Ripley has to be focused, etc. Literally anything to undo his training, which he admitted kinda smugly one night when he'd had a drink. Eventually, I snapped at him and told him give it a rest. He fired back that Ripley must be absolutely miserable as he has no time to be a normal dog. This is, of course, completely untrue. He then called me an attention seeker and said I'm not physically disabled, so I do not need a service dog, and that the only reason I had Ripley was to get attention from strangers. I threatened to kick him out, and Jack went silent and left the room. Later, I got several angry texts from family members for threatening to leave my own brother homeless. I do regret it, as I think I went a bit too far. Jack is absolutely terrified of having nowhere to go, and the threat might have been a bit cruel. But at the same time, Ripley isn't just a dog. He helps me. He calms me down from panic attacks, helps/gives me reason to leave the house, and just generally makes my life easier. And doing his training would completely destroy that. Am I the a-hole? Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. Kicking your brother out is a proportionate response if he continues to interfere in your treatment/accessibility. It's a proportionate response if he interferes with the care and training of your animal. Your family members who are so outraged about your response? That's good news. Your brother can depend on them if he finds his current living situation untenable. Thank you. They all conveniently don't have a room for him. I wonder why. Not the a-hole. Kick your a-hole brother out anyway. He's admitted he's sabotaging your medical equipment, and do anything your problems are real. Cut him off and cut him out. The only thing stopping me from doing so is that he doesn't have anywhere else to go. But thank you. First, thank you for all the support, you guys. The kind comments really mean a lot, and I've been trying to read each and every one of them. I've seen a couple questions in the comments, so I figured I'd just answer them here. Ripley is a service dog, not an emotional support animal. He helps ground me during panic attacks, helps me remember to take my medication, and brings my medication to me. I can't say the other thing he does because of the rules, but when I'm in a dark place and trying to do something I probably shouldn't, he is trained to interrupt me and prevent me from doing it. My family know exactly what Jack is like. They all conveniently had no space at their houses to take him in, as they don't want to deal with him. They also do know how bad my anxiety is, and agree that Ripley is the best thing for helping me deal with it. If they think any differently, then they haven't let on. And thank you to the people who mentioned that having Jack here is making Ripley uncomfortable. I feel like a horrible person for letting him stay so long and making Ripley deal with that. He's a good boy and shouldn't have to be uncomfortable in his own home. I have texted several of my family members, including my parents, with my side of the story. Turns out Jack has twisted it a little bit. I told them that they are welcome to take him in, but I cannot keep him in my home anymore as he is putting myself and Ripley at risk. Some family members are on my side now, but there are still a fair few who think I am an a-hole. And guess what? My parents are somehow managing to clear out their storage room to make space for Jack. Isn't that weird? Anyway, thank you again, kind people of Reddit. Now, for the last story. Am I the a-hole for not letting my ex's mother take my girls for Thanksgiving? Today, my ex's mother contacted me asking about my girls for Thanksgiving. I was shocked. She hasn't talked to me in months, even on their birthday. I won't be able to afford/provide Thanksgiving without help, so I told her let's work something out. I will host the Thanksgiving and do all the cooking and cleaning if she could provide the food. Nothing like a huge feast, but my girls are at the age where holidays are exciting. I told her she could take them to the little park for some one-on-one time. She told me no, she wanted them to go see her side of the family. Again, this is totally out of the blue, and I am not comfortable with them going. I might be too paranoid, but a few months ago, my ex took them for a visitation but ended up leaving the state with them and blocking all communication. It was almost a week, and I had to give descriptions of my girls to the police for the Amber Alert, and I never want to go through that again. I mention this only so it doesn't seem like I'm just saying no. There is no custody agreement, and I have a restraining order out against him. She claims he won't be there, but I'm calling BS. While I want my girls to have turkey dinner, I'm not sure if I'm willing to risk it, and she made it clear I could not come along, even just sitting in my car across the street like I suggested. Am I being irrational and an a-hole? Edit. The only reason I'm second-guessing is because I know how important family is, plus the harassing guilt trips I'm getting. Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole, and I think I'm almost certain your ex is going to be there. I wouldn't risk it, since your ex has a history of essentially abducting your kids. I agree. I so badly want to give my girls the best life possible filled with family, but not at the cost of their safety. Being with a mom who loves them is the best life. Start a new tradition instead of turkey just for you guys. Not the a-hole. All of that is incredibly suspicious. Trust your gut. If you aren't comfortable and have legit reasons, don't do it. This isn't just about time with your kids. Otherwise, she would agree to a joint event or allowing you to come with. This is clearly about separating you from the kids. No way this is going to end well if you agree. Edit. Also, I've been in some bad places for the holidays. What makes a holiday special is the time you spend together, making it feel special. When they are that young, the dinner is not all that important so much as the atmosphere you create. Make paper turkeys and color them. Pick a movie to be your special Thanksgiving movie and make popcorn. Let your kids pick a low-key meal they love and make it together. Sit down and list reasons you are all thankful. Tradition is not built on simply the cliches of what you expect from a holiday. A whole meal is a lot of work, money, and stress. Simply focus on making it a day of happiness, family, and enjoying your time together. They will remember that more than any sort of meal. Thank you for this. You are so right. Your ideas are awesome. And that's the end of this video, folks. As always, leave a comment and hit like and subscribe. And if you want more of this content, turn your notification on to get updated on the latest videos. And I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe.